Have you ever looked at a Leo and wondered why their presence feels so magnetic? Why their love feels so intense? Why their loyalty seems unbreakable? Most people think Leo is just about confidence, about being loud, about taking the spotlight. But that's only the surface. Behind the fiery energy of Leo hides something much deeper. A hidden world of emotions, fears, and needs that most people never see. The truth is, Leo's greatest strength isn't their pride. It's their vulnerability. Their need to be seen isn't about vanity. It's about connection. Their dramatic actions? Often, it's a way to protect a fragile heart that only a few are allowed to touch. Today, we're going to open the door to that hidden side of Leo. We'll explore 18 emotional secrets that explain why Leos act the way they do, love the way they love, and lead the way they lead. Some of these insights will surprise you. Some will make you rethink everything you believed about this zodiac sign. And by the end of this video, you might even understand yourself, or someone you love, more deeply than ever before. So, if you're ready to explore the heart behind the roar, stay with me. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who loves astrology, and subscribe to the channel for more deep, soulful insights. Now, let's begin. What if I told you that behind every Leo's strength, there's something most people never notice? You see, everyone talks about Leo's power, their leadership, their bright energy. But very few people stop to ask, where does that power really come from? And the answer might surprise you. Because the truth is, Leo's real strength begins in a place no one expects. It begins in their vulnerability. Strange, right? But think about it. A Leo's heart is wide open. Even when they try to hide it, even when they act bold, that deep emotional core, it's always there. That's why they love so intensely. That's why their loyalty feels unbreakable. Not because they're always strong, but because they've learned to carry their sensitivity like a shield. Imagine someone who looks fearless, but inside, they're just hoping someone will accept them, just as they are. That's Leo. They risk their heart every time they trust. Every time they love. And that risk? That's real courage. Have you ever met someone who craves compliments, not to feel superior, but simply to feel seen? That's Leo energy. Their need for validation isn't about ego. It's about connection. It's about hearing, I see you. And you matter. They don't need empty praise. What they long for is recognition of their soul. Real appreciation. And when they don't get it, they feel invisible. Forgotten. Like their inner light is dimming, no matter how brightly they try to shine. Think back to a time when you worked hard, gave your all, and no one noticed. That ache in your chest? That's what a Leo feels when their love, their effort, their existence, is ignored. And yet, they keep loving. They keep giving. Because their heart doesn't know how to stop. Now, let's talk about something few people ever realize. Why does Leo seem so dramatic? Why do they express their emotions so loudly, so passionately, even when others might say they're too much? The answer is protection. Their drama isn't for attention. It's a shield. A defense mechanism. When life hurts, Leo doesn't hide in silence. They roar. They express. Because silence feels like surrender. Their loudness isn't always confidence. Sometimes, it's a way to control their own fear. To show the world they're okay, even when they're breaking inside. Think of a friend who always jokes when they're hurting. Or someone who throws themselves into work when they're stressed. Leo's drama works the same way. It's not about others. It's about protecting themselves. So the next time a Leo seems too loud, remember, they might just be scared. And their noise? It's their armor. And yet, there's a beauty in this. Because when you're the person who sees past their roar, when you're the one who stays. Leo will show you a side no one else gets to see. Their softness. Their trust. Their real, unfiltered heart. But to earn that, you need to understand their fire. Let's talk about loyalty. Leo's loyalty is famous. But have you ever asked, why? Why do they love so deeply? Why do they stay? Long after others would have walked away? It's not about being noble. It's not about duty. It's because loyalty, for a Leo, is survival. It's how they express love. They are ruled by the sun, the most constant force in our universe. Just like the sun, once a Leo's heart lights up for you, that warmth stays. It burns steadily. They don't know how to love halfway. But there's a catch. That flame needs fuel. Respect. Appreciation. If you ignore a Leo's efforts, their flame weakens. Not because they want praise, but because energy, when not returned, dies. And that's what Leo's loyalty needs. Mutual respect. Balance. Ever seen a Leo suddenly pull back from someone they loved? It's shocking. It feels like their warmth just disappears. But it's not sudden. It's slow. It's the quiet fading of their trust. Because they gave, and when nothing came back, their soul couldn't keep burning. Not without being seen. So if you have a Leo in your life, remember this. Their loyalty isn't free. It's earned. And once you lose it, it's hard to get back. Now, think about this in your own life. Have you ever stayed loyal to someone who didn't see you? Held on to a friendship or relationship? Hoping they'd notice your worth? That's Leo energy living inside you, too. We all carry it, in some way. And that's why understanding Leo isn't just about knowing a zodiac sign. It's about understanding something deeper. The human need to be seen. To be valued. To be loved, not for being perfect, but for being real. Leo teaches us that behind every strong person, there's a fragile heart, hoping someone will look close enough to notice. And maybe that someone could be you. Have you ever wondered why physical closeness feels so important to some people? Why a simple touch, a warm hug, or even just holding hands can feel like oxygen to someone's soul? For Leo, this isn't just a preference. It's a need. A need as real as breathing. Because for Leo, touch isn't just physical. It's emotional. It's their most honest language. When words fail, when explanations don't work, Leo reaches for connection through presence. Through skin. Through closeness. Imagine sitting beside someone you love, their hand resting gently over yours. No words are spoken, but in that moment, you feel understood. Seen. Safe. That's what Leo longs for. It's how they say, I'm here. I'm yours. I see you. If a Leo pulls you into a hug, it's not casual. It's them sharing their soul with you. In relationships, this can be both beautiful and challenging. Because if their partner doesn't understand this language, Leo feels rejected, even if no rejection was intended. They'll say, you don't hold me anymore, or why don't you touch me like before? And the partner might feel confused, thinking everything's fine. But for Leo, absence of touch means absence of love. They begin to question everything. So, what can you learn from this? Pay attention to how you connect. Not everyone speaks with words. Some people, like Leo, speak with closeness. If you love a Leo, remember, holding them is holding their heart. Now, let's go deeper. Behind Leo's radiant warmth, there's something few people ever notice. Beneath their kindness is a cautious observer. Someone who watches, measures, decides who is worth opening up to. This surprises many people. Because Leo seems so open, so generous. And they are. But that generosity isn't blind. Leo gives, but only after they feel safe. After they sense your sincerity. It's like standing at the gates of a palace. The doors look wide open, but the guards are always watching. If they sense dishonesty, even a trace of it, those doors close fast. And once closed, they rarely reopen. Have you ever met someone who seemed warm, but suddenly turned distant, cold, without warning? That could have been Leo, protecting themselves. Their warmth is their gift, but it's also their risk. Every time they let someone in, they gamble with their heart. That's why they choose carefully, even if it doesn't look like it. If you're someone who values authenticity, who loves with honesty, Leo will see it. They will feel it. And when they do, they'll open the gates. They'll let you into a world no one else gets to see. A world of loyalty, devotion, and pure-hearted love. Think about this in your life. Do you let everyone in? Or do you watch, waiting for someone who feels safe enough to trust? In that choice, you carry Leo's energy, too. Emotional reciprocity is something people rarely talk about. But for Leo, it's everything. Their soul operates like a mirror. Give love, and they reflect it back tenfold. Offer warmth, and you'll drown in their affection. But give coldness, and that's exactly what you'll receive. Not out of revenge. Not out of spite. But out of survival. Leo doesn't just need to give. They need to receive. Have you ever felt exhausted, pouring energy into someone who gives nothing in return? That's the slow heartbreak Leo knows too well. At first, they'll try harder. Love deeper. But over time, the realization sinks in. I'm giving alone. And once they feel that loneliness, their light dims. Not because they've stopped loving, but because they've run out of fuel. This is a reminder for all of us. Love isn't meant to be one-sided. Real connection is a dance. A flow of energy. If you care about someone, show them. Not with grand gestures, but with presence. Attention. Little things. Especially if that someone is Leo. Let's explore something even more beautiful now. Leo's need for physical closeness and emotional reciprocity are powerful, but they're only part of the story. Because at their core, Leos carry something ancient. Something cosmic. They are ruled by the sun, yes. But symbolically, Leo represents light itself. The act of giving light and receiving it. Leo's energy is the human need to both shine and be reflected. To both give love and be loved. Think about that. It's easy to understand why we want to receive affection. But Leo teaches something deeper: we also need to give it. Sharing light is as healing as receiving it. And Leo knows this instinctively. That's why they host the party. Why they make people laugh. Why they lead. It's not about being in charge. It's about sharing warmth. Giving light. Lighting up dark places in other people's lives. But, as always, that light needs to be seen. To be reflected. Otherwise, it flickers. Fades. There's a reason why many Leos struggle when they feel unseen. Not because they crave attention, but because they crave connection. Being recognized isn't about ego for them. It's about proof that their light matters. That their giving has purpose. In moments of darkness, when Leo feels invisible, their inner sun weakens. They question their worth. Their purpose. But once someone reminds them, once someone says, "I see you. I feel your light," Leo ignites again. And the world around them brightens. Perhaps you felt this too. The moment someone told you, "I appreciate you," and suddenly, everything felt lighter. That's not just Leo's lesson. It's a human one. And maybe, just maybe, that's why you're watching this video right now. Because somewhere inside you, there's a part longing to give love. To receive love. to shine, and to feel seen. In the next part of this journey, we'll explore even deeper layers. How Leo's search for perfection can hurt their happiness. Why their intense emotions both empower and challenge them. And how their strong character can sometimes wound the people they love without even realizing. And finally, the last 3 insights will reveal the most intimate, and perhaps controversial, truths about Leo's soul. You don't want to miss them. Have you ever met someone who always seems to lead the way? Take control, push things forward even when they don't have to. Someone who quietly takes charge, not for glory, but because they simply can't trust others to care as much? That's the inner world of a Leo. What looks like control is often something much deeper. It's a kind of emotional responsibility. A sense that if they don't do it, it won't be done right. And it's not about ego. It's about heart. Leos pour themselves into what they care about. Every project. Every relationship. Every dream. They don't show up halfway. That's why they struggle to delegate. Why they sometimes micromanage. They're not trying to dominate. They're trying to protect the value of what matters to them. Imagine a parent baking a cake for their child's birthday. The details matter. The colors, the shape, the candles. Now imagine someone else tries to take over, rushing it, not noticing the tiny things that make it special. That's how Leo feels when their standards are ignored. This need for excellence isn't always easy for others to understand. It can look intense. But it comes from a place of deep care. If you're close to a Leo, don't take their involvement as criticism. It's actually a sign of love. Their watchfulness says, "This matters to me, and so do you." But here's something you might not expect. The same Leo who leads with strength often struggles with authenticity. Not because they're fake, but because they're so used to being strong, they forget they're allowed to be real. Leo's confidence is beautiful. It's radiant. It draws people in. But that confidence wasn't born overnight. It's been built, layer by layer, through every challenge, every failure, every moment they had to rise again when no one else did. True Leo energy isn't about showing off. It's about showing up. As they are. No mask. No performance. Just them. The more a Leo accepts their own flaws, the more their energy becomes magnetic. Because confidence isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about knowing who you are and standing tall in it. Have you ever met someone who wasn't trying to impress you, but you couldn't stop watching them? That's Leo in their truth. That's the kind of presence that inspires people. Not because it's polished, but because it's honest. And that honesty, it's rare. It feels like sunlight in a world of filters. It gives others permission to be themselves, too. If you're struggling with self-doubt, remember this: Leo doesn't shine because they've never felt darkness. They shine because they learned how to light their own fire in the middle of it. Now imagine what commitment means to someone like that. To Leo, commitment isn't casual. It's sacred. It's not just a decision, it's a vow. Once they've said yes to someone, to something, their whole being is involved. Mind, body, heart, soul. That's why they take promises seriously. That's why they expect the same in return. Have you ever been let down by someone who said one thing and did another? That heartbreak. That erosion of trust. Leo feels that deeply. To them, loyalty isn't just loyalty. It's identity. When someone breaks their word, it doesn't just hurt. It shatters something inside. Because Leo builds bonds on truth. On consistency. On showing up. Again and again. If you love a Leo, show them with actions, not just words. Tell them you care, but then prove it. Be there when it matters. Because once they give you their heart, they expect you to hold it with the same respect they give you. And when they commit, it's not just for the good times. It's for the storms, too. They'll stand beside you. They'll defend you. They'll believe in you even when you stop believing in yourself. That kind of love is rare. And it deserves to be honored. Now, let's talk about something many people misunderstand. Leos are known for their boldness, their confidence, their energy. But there's something else that makes them powerful problem solvers. It's not that they always know what to do. It's that they trust themselves enough to try. When faced with challenges, Leo doesn't just follow the crowd. They listen to advice. Sure. But in the end, they go with their gut. This instinct, this inner compass, is one of their greatest gifts. It allows them to make bold moves, even when others hesitate. They're not afraid to choose the unpopular path, the riskier strategy, if it feels right. Because deep down, they believe in themselves. And here's the key lesson: Leo's way of solving problems teaches us that success doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from owning your choices. Even if they fail, Leos learn. They adapt. And they rise again. Think about the last time you faced a difficult decision. Did you ignore your gut? Or did you trust your voice? Even when it went against what others said? Leo reminds us that real confidence isn't loud. It's quiet. It's the calm belief that says, I know who I am. And I know what I'm doing. That belief changes everything. As we move into the final chapter of this journey, get ready to explore the deepest parts of Leo's soul. In the next 3 truths, we'll uncover the emotional fire behind their love, the strength that sometimes turns into pain, and the most sacred, powerful truth about how they love with their entire being. These next insights might challenge your assumptions, or touch a place in your heart you didn't know Leo could reach. Stay with me. You're about to see the side of Leo that very few ever truly understand. Have you ever loved someone so deeply that it scared you? That's the kind of love Leo carries inside. And when a Leo loves, it's not quiet. It's not cautious. It's powerful. It's loud. It fills the room like sunlight through open windows. But here's the truth most people miss. Leo's love isn't just passion. It's purpose. Every word they say, every touch they offer, every sacrifice they make, comes from one place: the deep need to love fully. Completely. Without holding back. To Leo, love is life. And they want to give it all. But this emotional intensity, it's not always easy. For them, or for the person receiving it. Because when a Leo loves you, you'll feel it everywhere. In their voice. In their eyes. In the way they remember the smallest details about you. They'll notice when you're quiet. They'll remember how you take your coffee. They'll stay up late just to hear how your day went. And sometimes, that intensity can overwhelm people who aren't ready to be loved that much. But Leo doesn't know how to love less. They only know how to love real. Think about your own life. Have you ever tried to hold yourself back? Loved someone quietly because you were afraid of being too much? Leo teaches us the opposite. Love boldly. Love bravely. And if someone can't handle your light, they're not meant to stand in your sun. But there's a shadow to that light. Because sometimes, Leo's strength can unintentionally hurt the people they love. Their voice is strong. Their opinions are clear. When Leo speaks, people listen. But not everyone feels strong enough to stand beside that energy. Sensitive people, quieter souls, they might feel overwhelmed. Even hurt. And that's never Leo's intention. They're not trying to dominate. They're not trying to silence others. But their natural leadership, their powerful words, sometimes create distance when what they really want is closeness. Have you ever said something, only to watch someone you care about go quiet, shut down, pull away? Leo knows that feeling too well. And this is where growth begins. Because true strength is learning when to soften, when to pause, when to ask, did my words hurt you, and really listen to the answer. For Leo, empathy is the missing piece that turns their boldness into something even more powerful, something healing. Imagine this: a leader who leads not just with strength, but with compassion. A lover who loves not just loudly, but kindly. That's Leo at their highest self. That's Leo becoming not just respected, but deeply loved. And now, let me tell you something about Leo's kiss. You might think this is just about romance. But it's so much more than that. For Leo, a kiss isn't casual. It's not something they give away easily. It's a moment of trust. A sacred exchange. When they choose to share that with someone, it means everything. Imagine standing in front of someone you adore. And for a moment, there's silence. No words. No explanations. Just closeness. And when a Leo kisses you, they're not saying I like you. They're saying you matter to me. I trust you. I'm letting you in. And here's something important. Leo doesn't share that side of themselves with everyone. In fact, most people will never experience it. Because for Leo, real intimacy isn't about attraction. It's about connection. It's about vulnerability. And if they don't feel safe with you, that door stays closed. But when it opens, when you've earned their heart, Leo's affection becomes unforgettable. Their kiss feels like a promise. Their touch, like a quiet vow that says, I choose you. And that stays with you long after the moment has passed. If you're with a Leo, cherish that. Understand the weight of their affection. Honor it. Because what they give isn't just physical. It's emotional. Spiritual. It's their soul reaching for yours. Now, let's return to something many people never understand about Leo. Why are they so magnetic? Why do people gather around them, seek their energy, feel comfort in their presence? It's not just charm. It's not performance. It's because Leo's love isn't just a feeling. It's an action. A presence. They remember your birthday, not because they're trying to impress you, but because details matter to them. They ask about your day, and actually care about the answer. They check in when you're quiet. They celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Leo makes people feel seen. And in a world where so many feel invisible, that's magic. When Leo loves you, you know it. You feel it. And that's why people are drawn to them. It's not about the spotlight. It's about warmth. Leo is the person who stands beside you when everyone else walks away. They're the hand on your shoulder when you're afraid. The voice that says, you've got this, when you're doubting yourself. Their charisma? It's love disguised as light. And once you feel it, you crave it. Because being loved by a Leo isn't just comforting. It's empowering. It makes you believe in yourself again. And maybe that's the greatest hidden power of all. As we move forward, remember this: Leo's fire isn't just theirs. It's meant to be shared. To light up lives. To bring people together. And in the next part of this journey, we'll unlock the final 3 truths. 3 insights that reveal the deepest, most sacred sides of Leo. 3 truths that may surprise you. Challenge your beliefs. Or change the way you see love, trust, and connection forever. Stay with me. Because what comes next is the heart of Leo's soul. Patience. It sounds simple, right? But for Leo, patience is a lesson written in fire. They can wait. They can endure. Sometimes, longer than anyone expects. They give chances. They listen. They forgive. Again and again. Not because they're weak. But because they believe in people. They believe that love, loyalty, and time can heal almost anything. But there's a limit. And when that limit is reached, something inside them changes. Leo doesn't explode. They don't create drama. They simply shift. Their warmth disappears. Their trust dissolves. And if you've ever watched a Leo go cold, you know it's terrifying. Not because they become cruel, but because the light that once burned for you is simply gone. And here's the hidden truth. Leo remembers. Always. Not out of bitterness, but out of self-respect. Betrayal doesn't make them angry. It makes them clear. And once clarity arrives, they don't go back. Have you ever crossed a line you didn't know existed? Watched someone silently step away from your life? That's Leo's quiet vengeance. No shouting. No chaos. Just distance. Just silence. And in that silence, they protect what remains of their heart. Leo teaches us that patience isn't endless. Boundaries aren't cruelty. They are self-love. And when someone violates those boundaries, Leo doesn't punish. They move on. If you're close to a Leo, don't mistake their tolerance for indifference. Every chance they give you is a gift. Treasure it. Because once those chances are gone, there's no unlocking that door again. And now, the final truth. Perhaps the most intimate of all. For Leo, love without physical closeness isn't love at all. This isn't about desire. It's not about surface-level romance. It's about connection. Emotional. Spiritual. Physical. All intertwined. To Leo, touch is trust. Intimacy is presence. Their body becomes the language of their heart. A relationship without touch? To them, it feels hollow. Empty. Incomplete. Because their love needs to be felt, not just heard. Holding hands. A kiss. Sitting close. These aren't gestures. They're lifelines. Have you ever craved someone's presence so much that words felt useless? That being near them, feeling them breathe beside you, said more than any conversation ever could? That's Leo's experience of love. For them, closeness isn't optional. It's sacred. And when that closeness fades, so does the relationship. Not because they're shallow, but because their heart speaks through their body. It's how they say, I'm here. I'm yours. You are safe with me. If you love a Leo, remember this. Don't neglect the power of presence. Words are important. But a touch, a kiss, an embrace, is where their soul feels real. Now, maybe you're wondering why all of this matters. Why understanding Leo's hidden world can change how we love, how we connect, how we live. Because at their core, Leos aren't teaching us how to be loud, or how to lead, or how to demand attention. They're teaching us something much softer, much more human. To love without fear. To protect your heart, but still give it. To expect respect, not out of arrogance, but out of knowing your worth. To hold people close. To let your soul speak through every hug, every look, every moment of presence. Leo energy isn't just about them. It's about all of us. Maybe you've been burned by someone who didn't see your worth. Maybe you've been the person who gave too many chances, until you couldn't anymore. Maybe you've loved someone with your entire being, and wondered why that scared them away. Now you understand. You carry Leo's light, too. So as we end this journey, I want you to ask yourself a quiet question. Where am I hiding my fire? Who do I need to love more boldly? And, am I allowing myself to be seen? Because the lesson of Leo is not just to shine. It's to let others stand in your light. And to never apologize for it. If you saw yourself in this video, if you felt something unlock in your heart, subscribe to the channel now. Let's keep exploring together. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. Maybe they're waiting to understand themselves. Or to be understood. There are more stories to tell. More truths to discover. In the next videos, we'll explore the hidden world of other signs, and the human emotions that connect us all. Thank you for staying with me. And until next time, remember, your light matters. Let it shine.